Okay, so last video we talked about variables, but now we're going to talk about a variable attribute called const. Const is a variable attribute that you can apply to variables that you want to stay the same no matter what. This is useful for things that never change, such as hours in the day or days in the year, the value of pi, etc. It tells the compiler to not modify the variable under any means necessary. So, for example, if we have an integer called days in a year, and we set that value to 365 because there's 365 days in a year, we might want to print a message that says, see out, there are 365 days. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself. There are days in a year, which is 365 days in a year. So this will print out there are 365 days in a year. Let's run it and see what happens. Yep, there we go. There are 365 days in the year. So what can happen is somewhere down the line, your code, once you make more advanced code, things are going to be moving around. There's going to be moving parts, especially with arithmetic. There might be a chance that your data type might get modified in the middle of all those calculations. So let's just say somewhere down the line in our code, days in a year gets changed to something like 457. If we run our code again, it's going to say there are 457 days in the year. And we don't want that. We want this to say 365 because that's factual. Days in a year will always be 365 no matter what. So there's no point in modifying it in any way, shape, or form. And how we do that is we just put the word const in front of it. And once we do that, we won't run into any issues whenever someone comes in and decides to change the variable. So if we put 560 this time and run it, it's already telling me right now, but you'll get an error. Yep. And it says expression must be a modifiable value. So because we put const in front of the variable here, when we declared it, this is no longer can be changed or else the code just won't run. And that's pretty much it. But I want to give you guys a little quick tip. What's traditionally done whenever you have a constant variable, you want to put it in all caps. So just make sure whenever you're declaring a constant variable, this isn't needed, but it just kind of makes your code a little bit more readable because someone will come in, they'll see all caps and they're okay, that's a constant variable. I can't change that. And your code will run just fine if you even put it in all caps. See, there are 365 days in a year. And that's constants.